Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan and here we love to dive into the subject of health, fitness, nutrition, the power of the mind on the body and the reality and the world around us. Today we are diving into a subject that is a little bit more oriented in nutrition and fitness in general, where I'm gonna give you 3 habits that you can start implementing right now to see your waistline drastically shrink. Let's go. The tip number 1, the habit number 1 to implement is ETRF. What is ETRF? It stands for early time restricted feeding. So it's basically a form of intermittent fasting where you are going to stop eating earlier during the day as opposite to eating later in the evening and skipping breakfast like most people do with intermittent fasting. The reason for that is as the sun goes down and as sunlight goes down, your hormones in your body are going to start shifting. Your body is highly connected to sunlight and the environment around us, and as the sunlight goes down, you have certain hormones that are going to start playing a role in metabolism of food and fluid balance in your body. And it's something that I've experienced myself with intermittent fasting, doing intermittent fasting in a way where I eat until later in the evening, skipping breakfast. And with ETRF is done with the same amount of calories and the same type of food, just the same meals in general, just shifting that window has drastically improved the level of inflammation in my body, so my fluid retention goes down drastically. And approximately after 3 days of doing ETRF, I'm a kilogram lighter no matter what. That's definitely something to consider, and that's something I've experienced myself, and that works every single time. Number 2 is inflammation, and inflammation related to the foods you eat. You might be aware that certain foods are just very bad for you, such as vegetable oils, for instance. They have been shown to be extremely bad for your body, increasing inflammatory markers, increasing water retention, increasing neurodegeneration. These are things that are just bad for everyone. Everyone might not be impacted the same way, or some people might have better defenses against it, but overall it is just, there are things that are really just bad for the human body, period blank, right? When I'm talking about inflammation for you specifically, it has more so to do with you being aware of what food you and your body is going to be intolerant to. There are certain foods that are labeled as healthy and everyone considers them like healthy, for instance, and they might be actually very bad for you and create some kind of discomfort. Either it's bloating, either it's headaches, either it is water retention, for instance. And going into elimination reintroduction diet might be very beneficial for that reason, simply because when you remove certain food that you might have already some hints that you're not feeling great with, it helps the body having a complete break from them, and then if you reintroduce one of them, your body is gonna react way more. So it's easy for you to pinpoint what's good, what's not. There are intolerance tests out there. They're a bit controversial because some people say they don't work, some people say they work. Personally, I have done some, and the good thing about it, even though it's to take with a grain of salt, is that it tends to direct you in a good direction to know what to eliminate first. So I don't advise you to do them. I'm just saying that from my experience, it's something that has helped me to know what to eliminate and know what to reintroduce, and it has played a massive role in reducing my waistline, simply because I am prone to water retention and bloat very easily when I have certain things that I shouldn't. Personally, it is dairy and it is gluten. It's also salmon that I know is considered to be pretty healthy. Sesame oil, anything with sesame in it, I am highly reactive to. Anything like that, I just cannot have, and I will see directly my waistline just expanding from it. So that's my second advice. It's find the food that you are intolerant to, that you are reactive to, and therefore it will help you definitely eliminate the bloat, water retention, and the fat gain that is related with inflammation. 3, last but definitely not least, is the factor of sleep and good quality sleep. When you do not sleep correctly and when you lack sleep, your cortisol levels, which are your stress hormones, some of your stress hormones are gonna increase drastically throughout the day, and that is directly gonna impact the way you store fat. Cortisol has a direct correlation with storing fat around the stomach. Not only that, but whenever your cortisol is high, we have a tendency to also have an increase in water retention. So you're not only potentially going to create more fat storage around your stomach, but you are also going to increase the bloat, the puffiness, and the water retention overall in your body and on your waistline. So this is definitely something to consider. And with that, obviously any type of stress, and I'm talking about chronic stress here, when you are lacking sleep consistently or very regularly, it is something that is definitely going to impact your fat storage and your ability to burn fat, your ability to deal with fat, and water retention, fluid retention in general. These are 3 points that I would say I would definitely recommend anyone to start working on, and that's beside all the very obvious nutrition and water and fibers, anything that we all know are essential to have a healthy waistline. There are tips that I think, and habits more so, that I think most people should know about and should try to implement in their diet and in their lifestyle in general. That's some things that I advise my clients on doing. I've seen very good benefits from it. Fasting as an option is a good way to kind of implement all those things all at once, simply because when you do longer term fasting, for instance, I'm talking about 48 hours, it tends to reschedule your body into a good pattern of stopping eating early for the days to come, to have a better quality sleep, to deal with inflammation better, because you are gonna eliminate all the food that you are intolerant to, right? And it's just a good start to start shifting your habits and shifting your lifestyle in a way that is gonna set you up for success. Today was a shorter video, but I hope you found it helpful and insightful and you learned a few things. In the meantime, keep up your frequency, be curious, and stay fit. I will see you in the next one. Bye.